They're going to be fighting for that if they take Mirage.
And what's funny about that is Zywoo's actually taken 2 MVPs from Heroic at tournaments that they've won.
Yeah, well, maybe Heroic are about to take away a trophy.
It's a couple layers of revenge right here.
16 rounds to victory for Heroic, 16 away for map 3 when it comes to Vitality. And of course, we get Heroic on the offense. Got a smoke and a flash on Cadian. No kit for the CTs. No immediate swinging going on in mid. Slow crawl, smoke down. The only pieces of util, so it all sets up this B hit.
Oh, wow.
It's a long-range gush. Zywoo still trying to put up kills, and sure enough, gets himself a double. Dupree catching Cadian, but bomb is still on site, and TeSeS creates that necessary space for Sjuush to come off of this plant and reposition. Retakes on. As mentioned, no kit. And they're just gonna play this shoulder to shoulder. Spinks and Dupree, Zywoo's henchmen, looking to move this one outwards. TeSeS takes a position up in market, leaves Sjuush on site. That's where Spinks will fall. This would be 3 for 3 in pistols the way of Heroic. A bomb tap to get them out. Nice. 10 seconds still. And he thinks TeSeS is further back. When in reality, he's there to take it away. Heroic T-side pistol.
It's a great kill from TeSeS to get market space. That changes the makeup of that post plant for sure. Just the thought that he could be in there now is a huge one. It's a formidable defense from Zywoo with the first 2 kills. That's 2 to answer back when it seemed like all was lost. But then after that, TeSeS key frag into clutch frag, and Heroic win another pistol. And I love that. Very low resource, exact to a B split. A single top con smoke paired with the perfect timing after they scale Cat with no other grenades. They decided to assume Vitality wouldn't play in there or fight them in mid if they were, and then immediately split into B, which normally takes a lot longer and takes a lot more utility.
Simple and smooth. And looking to do something similar in this one. Triple Mac 10 set up for the B hit, but the bodies are here for Vitality. Oh, Dupree though, nade timing. Flashes are good. Blinds both players, and Jabby just splits him down the middle. They still don't know about Spinkstone. Now they do. Fires off. It's Apex's Deagle to do all the work so far. Suddenly Heroic hit by a bit of a hole. Zywoo's scout claims one, but a bounce back from the same 2 that closed pistol. Sjuush and TeSeS to even this out. Nobody shows Zywoo anything. Bomb's just gonna tuck.
They are such a 5-headed Hydra in the way things can go wrong, and then they make it feel like they're scaling no problem, as if they have all their players alive, but there's still some searching to do.
Oh, TeSeS did it already in the pistol, pushing for a little bit more space to get a little bit more cushion in this one, but doesn't quite round the corner, but just patiently waiting. And Sjuush, he's playing his own waiting game too. He doesn't know where these Vitality players may be, but eventually you do have to get onto this site. With 56 HP, there's a shot. Oh, and Magisk, it's actually him that strikes in this one.
Just a peek. Sjuush sees this as a chance to only plant inside the corner. Zywoo's still worried about the market play. Oh, but he catches him with Scout. It's patience from Vitality, patience from Heroic. And now I'm just left wondering, what if TeSeS had gone around that corner for the fight to Magisk? Because he walks away, it gives the perfect chance for Magisk to dig him down.
There was a risk in him walking up that long, because then Magisk knows time is not on the T player's side, and eventually they're going to have to make a decision to put the bomb down, and no one had pushed for cat control. So that's a free frag from him, good timing from him. And Heroic got very scared about someone flanking upper B, which obviously is going to happen, especially when there's pistols. People will do that quickly. It wasn't the case this time, and they thought they had done enough. Magisk kind of wins that round by delaying in the right spot.
Force buy back, quick pace. Ahead of the Molotov, but TeSeS gives his back up. Spinks is there. Not letting them find any kind of pocket of control between the util. Now the pistols are going to have to pay off. Across towards Ticket, not a problem.
Yeah, the interesting part about the CT of Mirage for Vitality is Spinks now playing Cat, his old Ents location, and only doing that very recently. Like, Mirage is not coming up in many of their vetoes at all.
Yep.
And that's his comfort zone. And Apex said, well, they need something a little bit more crazy inside of Connector. And Spinks is... It wasn't to call Spinks bad, but stylistically felt like he'd be better over there. It was already where he was good. And it showed for a very strong Mirage. I think when they played it, I think it was versus FaZe.
Yeah. Apex wanted that responsibility. He does add crazy to the formula.
It just doesn't suit Apex to jump spot B for the entire round.
Yeah, right.
That's not really his thing.
Yeah.
Doesn't scratch that itch.
Obviously, he's going to be easier to command everybody, too. Go for the re-aggressives towards mid if you're the in-game leader in an active spot. But again, he's getting active. In T-spawn already, 35 seconds. They should know exactly what's happening.
They've split the AKs up. Cadian looking at Murder Hole, caught out by ZywOo. 25 left to make this happen. They come back this way to try to grab a gun. Shush? Nah, not with the Glock. Player on site does die. ZywOo's still concerned about the Murder Hole, but because Apex went T-spawn, doubled back, he's going to find back turn to him. A default plant denied. No chance there for Heroic to get through. Vitality know what they gave away, knew what they had to hold on to, drew those lines in the sand, and managed to keep Heroic beyond them.
Feeling very secure about the map control that they had, and knowing that it's Heroic to have to breach one side or the other, so why push too far? Good timings here. I think they've only played 2 games where he's actually been back in that position, and it's already been looking great. He was probably just too shy to ask for it when he joined the team.
Yeah, for sure, right? Here we have Glocks trying to charge down, so chance for Dupree to rack up the numbers. Should have been. Instead, he dies to Glocks. Oh, another dink. Okay, now both defenders are low. Weapon's going to be difficult to grab. Tesses and Stown come through. No way, just Glocks. Tesses grabs the M4, gets 2 additional kills, and what do you know? Heroic with Glocks storm the site.
No, not a single armor buy?
I don't think so.
Oh my God.
P250s, a couple flashes, a smoke.
Oh no.
This was just supposed to be a flat-out B hit, and it was almost sacking the round entirely.
Yep.
But Dupree got nothing done from that spot.
And yeah, Vitality at their worst, that was a problem for sure. That's also a round where they have a cat player. They can listen for a rush. They have 2 good angles to hold a crossfire. They can throw grenades very easily, and they didn't get any of it out.
I'm just going to say it's a risky spot to be at Van against pistols. Like, when you're jump spotting, you usually want to come back to the empty pillar a lot of the time. That enables the crossfire with the cat player so that he can catch them as they're trying to run you down at that position. But Dupree got caught in no man's land. That's a great spot in a late round situation when they're walking towards you.
Okay.
But not when pistols are flying in your face from every direction.
Yeah, it's like, do you drop your Van pillar smoke? You go bench, you go empty pillar.
Yes.
You go standard.
Those are the normal spots a B anchor should be in.
And they should have had obviously a very good read on the money. So they take a risk. That was
You see
a lot of momentum coming out of that round.
You see the next problem it makes too, right? With him dying on Van, M4 gets picked up.
Yeah.
Glocks to start, but there's a double M4 kill from Tesses there.
Right. Tessus did great on the B entries as well, that pistol round.
Coming at him from the same angle. I'm not sure what Spinks was holding at that moment. Even with the crossfire not set, Jabby just flew by.
Some kind of gap of communication right here. It felt like just like the fact that you don't get any nades out versus just pistols, they had nothing to work with. And the thing is, it looks undignified to lose a round like this. That was maniacal. It looks undignified to lose a round like this, but the practical value here is that they were already saving. So they not only pick up free guns, they barely lose any. They lost 1 player, but they were saving on all 5 coming into that round. It's a huge leg up.
Brutal loss for Vitality in that one.
Yeah.
Gonna the back-to-back timeouts there from both teams. Good cosplay. It's usually
CS2 chicken's looking realistic.
yeah.
I love that anime.
Wally deep. All right.
Don't give Heroic a pop-off round early.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, that just reclaims
Impossible
anything.
challenge.
Yeah, anything Heroic lost by losing the round 2. Yeah, that just cancels it out.
I like that boost a lot.
It looks like a missed smoke. That's why it's funny.
Oh, it was just a missed window smoke.
Play within it. This time Dupree alone. And instead Vitality want to fiddle around with mid. Dangerous game to play. Met by smoke as well. How does this stifle Heroic? What's next? They walk through. Ooh, Jabby disrespects it. That timing just by walking through smoke. Yeah, commits to the spray, gets the double, tries to go beyond that, but at least ZywOo's here inside sight. By tucking back behind triple, the Palace peak that will come won't find him. And it reveals itself. So ZywOo's trying to put together the picture as Spinks just gets a smoke spam frag versus Down. This one's not out of the realm of possibility for Vitality.
And this is a big risk by ZywOo. You know, he's open to connector the entire time.
Bomb's committing.
Oh.
TeSeS on his own here. We're going to get that Cadian split. Oh, because he made sound. dupree's so fixated, and Spinks wasn't watching, but at least he gets the trade back. It's still an open door for TeSeS. He's so concerned that he's going to get jumped on if he goes for the plant that he can't. So he's going to hide bench. He only has 5 extra seconds, and with that going down, this one falters. They thought they had the timing. Cadian did a great job of clearing corner, but then TeSeS outnumbered and scared.
Dude, I mean, Spinks, he gets 4 kills this round. All in different positions, so
yes.
It doesn't look like a sequence. The positioning from him this whole game has been great. His impact off of Cat is well felt, and that's down as the first win inside of mid. That jeopardizes everything for Heroic to kick things off, but then he gets moving right away. He doesn't just sit in position. He gets one in connector, inside a window, inside a market in the same round.
And the difference that he got, the kill from window and getting the kill in market, I mean, it's so quick. It's about 15 seconds apart that Cadian definitely thought he was afforded the luxury to run with his knife out to try to gain some position on the site. Obviously not the case. Spinks rotated immediately after finding that frag.
Nice tug of war for control at the start of the half. More and more the crowd gets converted to Cadian's camp. They're joining the cult.
It's still a little polarizing out there.
Yeah. They're going to play it as a pack this round. You know, a stark contrast to the round prior where we had Vitality's players peeking up top mid, taking a glance down underground. Now there's nothing but the Spinks cat hold. ZywOo spam smoke, more arriving, easy for the Israeli. Third one not quite his. Apex trying to finish it off. They know they've got Cadian wounded. They know they've got Heroic in a tough spot. 2v4. Stown, if you want that MVP, and this would be the map to go off. They give him space. Remember, Bomb is still down catwalk, so it's going to be very difficult with this amount of time and with Cadian over here to ever get that back. They can hunt frags all they want, but now they know exactly where the last man is. Cadian stuck here, Magis sweeps him, and Vitality will take a 2-round lead.
You know, we get a meaty 2K out of Spinks, but that's a team effort right there. It's when they feel like Heroic, who had 5 in mid, are going to decide to come through the smoke. There's the flash peek out of ZywOo to get the first kill in information, and then Spinks in the perfect spot to find.
Both these IGLs are unhinged.
Oh my god.
They're the most animated IGLs for sure.
Yeah.
It's great stuff. Yeah, very different approach for Spinks in that one. But this is a round that surely Vitality will take cleanly this time.
Yeah.
You don't get 2 of those in a half, Heroic.
Now the odds are something like 1 in 1,000 in Tier 1 play to win without any armor, no utility.
You just making that number up?
Peter tweeted that out a long time ago. I can't remember the exact.
Okay.
Oh my god.
It's easy.
Take your breath away, Magis. He's like, finally, they come to A.
Yeah, right. Wanted a little action, got some. Says, take notes, dupreeh. This time they find no footing. Not even able to cross out from Tetris. Woo, indeed.
Oh no, he got that spot.
Yeah.
All right. So, back to business here for Heroic. Another buy. This time, nothing to do with mid. They'll test everything out.
dupreeh's alone again.
But when you see the pack, you see where the bomb is, you wonder what's going to take place. The crawl out occurs. Oh, Magis sees nothing. It's a late smoke. This will be a huge tell for Heroic.
Jabby getting ever closer.
Look how they're using triple to avoid his game.
Yeah,
Oh.
they give up a back. You know, Magisk was giving them a ton of space, but just at that final moment, strikes down Tesses. Jabby's wounded. It's not comfortable for Heroic, even with all that space, but ZywOo thought he had more room than he really did. Apex has to now come in, take up the slack. Jabby smashes him down. And just like that, 3 instant kills out of Heroic.
That was like betting on them being a bad team to go for the re-aggression and then the re-aggression again. And they aren't. Then they were watching the open choke point that caused death. Shush.
Yeah. What a round from him. Shush all over the place with that. Coming into this, by the way, Shush is the highest rated Mirage player for Heroic.
Wow.
That's, I don't know if everybody
and that's part
recognizes
of the reason
efforts.
why they don't get their MVPs, because they don't have bottom fraggers on this team. It's actually not an insult to say that, because they all pick it up on different maps and different positions. But that's a huge one.
I mean, this is one of the best teams in the world that does it without the star, right? That's Heroic's story. Greater than any one part.
Cadian's a star.
Yeah.
In his own right. In his own right, he's a star.
ZywOo scours top middle. Will not find an op to counter him.
But they have created a just alt on this team. Heroic looking for something also a little new here. They've got mid involved, but a new final destination.
Spinx is preoccupied with the apartments pressure, so that's a bit of a gap in the cap play that we've seen from Vitality.
Made their way up.
Already on Arch. Spinx looking to hold it back. Peeks around. Cadian's already hit the footing though. Dupree, chance to shine. He's lost his teammate and his rotate. And Jabby makes sure that he keeps on ripping off heads. Stown executes Magisk. Nothing here for Vitality to be proud of. And ZywOo's gonna get pushed up close.
Scope is heard. And
yeah, they're toying with him. Wall banging him down to half health. Stown flushes him into the spawn. He'll peek off the flash, bring Shush with him. More challenging on every step of the way. And he's gonna make a sprint away towards that B site. Listen, Jabby's low. Oh, okay.
Not quite enough time.
Yeah.
About 15 seconds right now. That would have been a bit much.
He dies. Jabby's repositioned all the way around site.
They were scared of him, but they eventually found him. A nice couple of kills in the exit, that's something. But that call from Heroic is great, and you know what? It is wholly irresponsible to give up that much room on Cat, as well as not have information in upper B and no mid control. Look how far the T's get before the first CT is able to fight back against them. We're sitting on Van Pillar and the site and no idea that any of the Heroic players had already crossed Cat. How can that be?
The speed. They did that so quickly. Heroic got into position so fast. Nades out of spawn. They were able to just take all that mid control. We talk about the fight for mid control so frequently when we talk about Mirage, and Heroic won that fight by just throwing out utility. They didn't even have to take a life. They just had all the space. The positions were untenable for the Vitality players on B.
We're certainly not getting a stomp on this map. We're getting great rounds out of both teams to answer back and forth.
Pistol crossfire. Distracted on the smoke. Tesses turns it on Magisk. Nothing to stop the flood of Heroic up connector. And so they're starting to feel this T side fighting their slot, grooving through with ease. And what a varied playbook out of Heroic here. Yes, anti-ecos, but I mean, it's so difficult to pin down the direction they're coming from right now.
Oh, absolutely. Excellent calls. Excellent calls. And they're calling for Vitality to take the fight to the top of mid, because if there's one thing in common, the one red thread between all of their defaults right now, it's mid control. They've very rarely gone for a full extremity site hit. They've very rarely gone for a full B hit without having a lurk or full-on presence on Cat or in connector.
And that's exactly what Vitality are talking about right now. They're recognizing they're losing mid-control consecutively, and so the plan going forward has to change up that formula a bit. You cannot give Heroic mid-control that simply. The one time they were able to lock it down was a team effort when Spinx was able to find that multi-frag from Catwalk. But they got to do something more, or they have to gamble in another way. You can't play a standard side if you are going to just play 2-1-2 and give up mid-space, then everybody feels cornered in the matter of seconds.
They dropped a very explicit smoke in the middle of B site to let Vitality know that they're trying to get up Cat, and then they did, and there was still no reaction. You cannot play blind like that. Vitality's players are too good to play that scared, so we'll see if there's a change up in attitude here.
Careful. Oh. Nade's not a problem. Spinks is changing positions with Dupree. You said you wanted to see a potential gamble elsewhere. No B aggression despite this presence. Vitality just still leaning back.
This is something good that they do. They are known to take mid late, and they are going to find an open mid, which is good information to use. It won't win you the round, but it gives you fast rotations.
Oh, they don't want to get caught here, though. That flash just makes you a little nervous. You've got the Cat player to help you, but that's 3 sets of eyes here in middle for the CTs. Dupree, gun's almost empty, but he'll hold on with Spinks. They're able to lock in the exit. Not this time, Heroic. No success on the exit.
And look at the angle that's opened up to Spinks to play off the Cat bricks in that way. You can't do that without mid control. So really using their newfound map control to get them the info.
You wanted something different, Maui? You got it. Satisfied?
I think Vitality are with that.
They should be.
Yeah, off attack pause is very nice as well.
Yes. It wasn't just too obvious either. It was not just go for the instant mid pressure. As Cadian, you're not keeping this gun, buddy. it's not happening.
He wants it so bad.
A kill, but that's going to be it.
Yeah, because if you go for the instant mid pressure, it's too obvious. Heroic are waiting for you to find a reaction, so you go for the most natural one. You can't really do that. So what they do is they just walk in late. They say, we'll give you mid. If you don't take over control of it, we're probably ready to retake it, because that's where they won one of their best rounds earlier with Spinks in ladder room and the flash retake from ZywOo in window. But here's a different look on the same idea at a different timing.
It's enough to keep sprinkling CT round wins in.
Oh, big change up. Big change up from Vitality here. Spinks is on the A side, already finding a kill. That's going to make Heroic rethink this a bit. No, they're already committed.
They're just going to dive it. And look how it works. Stown and Jabby get completely stuffed. Finally, something goes back. It is shot on his own.
Oh, he said quiet down. You're talking about Vitality too much.
And they move back instantly. They're gone on his own. He reclaims everything to kick off what's going to be a 2v5 if they can close it. And the likelihood of closing this increased because that B site is so clear. So what are we talking retake-wise? We've got ZywOo, Dupree, both still full kits of utility. A kit itself on ZywOo and a bomb plant beneath the apartment. CT's so far removed.
Vitality didn't want to believe it. Dupree is a B player. He made his way this long journey over here to hope that...
That's it.
Wait,
that's it. They're not even
going
going
to
for
take it.
Wow.
That's that.
A 2v2 save when they could have played in the middle. They could have rotated early. They could have pushed something before Heroic picked the site, and all they did was keep it simple. Run away and plant.
Man, and when you see those first 2 players out of Palace try to just commit to that, I'm thinking, sorry, Shush, same fate for you. You know, you're attempting to get it out ramp, but spins to the guy on bench and takes his third. And if I'm not mistaken, we haven't even heard a Shush chant so far this weekend. But he just gave you all a moment.
That might be the first time that we've heard that.
Good. Deserved.
It's well deserved. And he was the player in playoffs who had the most fall off of anyone on Heroic. You know, when that graphic was talking about elimination matches, we was talking about Shush more than anybody else.
Man,
and this is a proving ground for him just as much as it is for Heroic as a team.
And Cadian's right behind him, trying to get in on these exact 3 kills. Cadian can't even see anybody, even though they're holding the same angle, essentially. Shush is just so rapid with that second and third. Headshot. And just like that, Vitality thinking that they had one wrapped up, instead tied game.
You saw a round like that boiling up for Shush because of his lurks when he was getting kills as the A lurker in some of these earlier rounds. But something that explosive, you know, that's TESS level.
Stown-esque.
That's good misdirection from Heroic right there. Smoking the front of ramp. Apex isn't sure what's going on right there, but it actually forces the defense. That walkout towards middle, it looks like Vitality's gearing up for that. 3 towards Con.
Stacked inside it. Cadian kills Apex. Whoa, Dupree peeks out. About to be spotted by 4 players, so good thing he gets back.
Oh, Dupree playing off Cat again. Did they actually change spots here? At first it was just Spinks. Oh, this might be fun. Let's get you back to A for a second. Now it's wait, can we go back to trying that? Because maybe the communication on B was causing problems. They let too many bad things happen. It'd be surprising if they, changed halfway through a match, but
I think it's just because of the vitalities or the ZywOo setup towards B apartments with the op.
Okay.
They like when it's Dupree towards that side, and then Spinks comes back towards A.
It's Dupree now on ticket on his own. Spinks will have stairs. He's definitely got the reps in on this position. Peek off of the triple stack. Dupree just the one. It's Shush again, folks. 2 kills. Magisk trying to buy time, waiting for ZywOo to come over. He stops the bomb at least. There's only 10 seconds, and ZywOo could just throw that Hail Mary up, covers the first, and a bomb plant denied! Wallbang from ZywOo, the legend of Lance strikes again!
he's telling the story today. At least here on Mirage. To take a massive moment, another round away from Shush. The one shot to make it so there's no time to plant. It had to be on the head, and it had to be through triple.
ZywOo's just incredible, man. I haven't seen many oppers not same name Simple hit that one. I've seen ZywOo do that twice in the last 2 months. He's got that one lined up.
Man, like deer in headlights. When ZywOo came around that ticket side, those T's just freeze up. I mean, can't blame Katie, and he's got nothing other to do. There's 6 seconds on the clock when ZywOo spots him. No other chance.
It was Shush up until that moment. It was Shush the last round with 3 kills, then a 2-player save. One of those players was ZywOo, keeps that up. Into the next round, 3 kills more for Shush, and he's the only one that can stop him. This game's got everything. It's not about momentum in this half. It's been about great rounds back and forth, good answers, barely any streaks, lots of rifle rounds. Here's another buy, even though Heroic don't have everything they want.
It's just the nature of a game that we kind of expected out of the gate. ZywOo goes back. Oh, Sound shoots at him. And he dives back with the opening kill here in round 14. Vitality looking to cement the lead at the end of the CT half. And Spinks sits around for a second. A counter pick possible. An entry demanded of Tesses, which could easily be found. Look at this, ZywOo just scoped in on apartments.
Whoa, he's solo here on the site, and they had no idea about mid. I mean, window was smoked.
That has to be a miscommunication or a lack thereof. Okay, well, Dupree, he's actually beating the molly. Tesses, he doesn't expect this position.
There's another timing here, but this time it could go back Vitality's favor. Dupree slides back, kills Tesses. That's market control for the CT side. A single kid on Apex, and everybody's running over. Everyone except Spinks. He's gonna walk. He's got that flank timing. And Cadian, playing behind Arch Pillar, hopes to cut any more support towards market off. Deep smoke gives a gap to the cap push. Shush, it gets away from him for a moment. Spinks' flank connects, and Cadian's still alive and kicking, trying to dive behind cover, waits and nails it, and now he's gonna get pushed back by Dupree, point blank. No scope, but no time either.
Oh, he's on his feet. Cadian's focus is something to behold. Not shooting too soon, keeping an inventory of the other target, staying away from that person. Focusing on the window, nailing the shot, and delaying. One way or another, he'll get the clutch.
The crowd respects it, and you just have to tip your hat to him. What a clutch. It was so needed to.
If you lose focus for 1 second there, you expose yourself to market. You think, what's the next thing I can hit? But he has such a good sense of danger in that regard.
Oh. Yeah, well, now he's done. ZywOo puts him to rest for the end of the first half. Magisk 5-7, cracks a couple heads inside of the A site. This pace, the electricity off of that clutch comes in now to the favor of Vitality, and it's gonna be Stown with an attempt to shine. Wants to be an MVP, but can't. The clutch is Cadian's, and the half belongs to Vitality. 8 on the defense, and a T side up next. Still open for the taking. This could still be a masterclass heroic CT side. Washington, this could be the last half of your grand finals. Make a little bit of noise. You guys have the pleasure of sending off CS this season. and it's all about you. Cadian's USB down beneath Palace, taps into Spinks. He gets himself a second, and now they're going to be exposed to the ticket player, but there is a bounce back already. Jabby comes up, taps down 2. Third one on a silver platter, but it's ZywOo. Oh, and a tap through smoke, that's nasty, but it's not enough. We're tied up quick.
That's something cute at the end right there, but overall, 2 kills out of Cadian under Balk uncleared. And a couple of great shots that they were. That's pretty much what gave them the leverage. Even after 2 answers back, it's Jabby from above. And a lead, or actually, sorry, a tie game now, 8-8 with the CT side to look forward to.
That's a big moment for Heroic, though. Both of these teams are better now that they've switched halves percentage-wise. Vitality is a better T-side team on Mirage. Heroic's a better CT side team on this map as well. So
you could write a better script.
This is where it should just become the best Counter-Strike, period.
I'll sign that.
Hard to beat that first half, so I'm ready.
We'll buckle in.
SS. Molly kind of separates the pack. So 3 members stuck behind Magisk and ZywOo.
And this is an anti-eco setup I can get behind. Watching the second window and allowing TeSS to peek thereafter. Now, there's 1 kill, but an MP9 on Balk. Not even worth fighting for.
Yeah, they're going to exit, and Jabby, because of the top mid play, ropes up Spinks. Shuts down Duke 3. No, Cadian comes through.
Where there's 1, there's 2.
Yeah, it's a classic tale of Heroic. Where there's 1, there's 2. With the pistol, they convert. 2 CT rounds early.
Oh, that's 4 pistol rounds then?
Yes.
Wow. That's a stat that'll catch up to you.
Well, Vitality are going to brush that one to the side pretty easily. This is a great opportunity for them to keep this one competitive. Although, we see some concessions in terms of utility. 5 AKs, and that means Spinks doesn't have a single nade.
Posturing out mid first, but it is Vitality that get away with their initial positions, and it's Spinks who gets away with a peek.
Ooh.
Took a ton of damage.
Yeah,
that could have been his death.
Site. It's an open site. There's no one else here.
TeSS
Kill on
nearly
the cross,
claiming.
honestly, makes that a little different, but are we still going for it? This is the question.
And the fact TeSS just took a ton of damage too, that means that B site's even weaker. If nobody comes and gives a free frag to TeSS, Vitality just using the timing off of Spinks to catch that 1 kill. Now, yeah, that's it, locked in. Vitality bounce back. First gun rounds, first T round. TeSS, poor guy, doesn't even have an escape path, really.
So what do we watch right there? A super simple idea. Use Spinks as weapon X. See if you can walk up and find anything. And Jabby's just in transit, back to the site, off of cap, but he was solo the entire time in that moment. So really gambling on an open B site early. That was Apex with just the perfect call for the exact setup Heroic had early.
That looks like an anti-strat call. That double walking out B like that, if there's a guy Van, he's just going to nail both of them in the side of the head. That's recognizing your opponent. That's knowing that Heroic like to go for those gamble plays early on. And we can see that Vitality, even after getting the kill, they did exercise some caution. They didn't just instantly dive bomb into the site, but they knew there was a great opportunity for them to just find that little gap, because there's almost always a gap in what Heroic is doing. It's just that they're so generally good at boarding it up.
Try to use that as the early momentum then. Back to top mid they shall go. And they got behind boxes last round safely with 2. Stown finding 0 damage on the spam. But instead, we get a little posturing up inside the B apartments.
I like the beginning to this half here for Vitality to take it to mid early. Heroic being obsessed with information means they're obsessed with mid. And mid overall is definitely T-sided eventually if you have the right utility. So Vitality want to just give this up for no reason. They might pay the price, but...
The nade discrepancy, though. Stown hanging on to that 1 of 2 last smokes.
There's no rotators anywhere near this site.
Yeah, this might just be a save. If they get a clean kill on the TeSS, this is a calculated risk again from Heroic.
Big if, though.
He's got a 5-7.
And a smoke. that slows it down just long enough for teammates to come over.
Okay,
Just long enough. And they're ready to pounce right behind it. TeSS, take one with you.
That's an interesting idea.
It's a small ask of TeSS, with support now back behind him. He will die empty-handed. Oh no, and a Molotov. Cadian, he's gonna start burning, backs up, still taking a ton of util damage. And it's just more of a commitment. Jabby, also nothing. 3 players here for Heroic. It's the 4th man in that finally gets one. And that one is not simply enough. If it was just TeSS, then it is just a save. Getting everybody over there just means a higher cost for Heroic with about as little as you'd expect TeSS to get alone.
You know, full credit. They got into some good positions towards the end. I'm surprised not any of them got a kill. Of course, they all had pretty decent angles for those fights, but the idea from Vitality is perfect. Of course, again, when we see that there's one player there with a 5-7, from there on out, they probably got a little nervous about the fact they came through that smoke, saw him, got that kill early, and there could be more Heroic players, but they dealt with it.
Great to see Vitality, though, working as a pack right there. If they went for a similar just 2-man send there, that likely would have happened. But the fact that they can swarm the bomb site together, the support flashes were raining in. Cadian was getting mollied and blinded. He didn't know that he was even burning to death.
Yeah.
Punchy hit from Vitality.
Excellent utility, and they're just, you know, creating a wound on this half of Mirage and trying to widen it, you know, pour some salt into it. Make Heroic overreact, try to condition them on the B side. And make sure that if their game plan is to forego upper B control, is to play one player here, might be on cat, no one in the site, that's where they'll lose the game.
Ooh, nice boost. It's the only M4, folks. Oh, but how do you get out of here?
They could flash from mid, or they're going to keep
fighting
out. Okay.
ZywOo lines them up. At the very least, you took a second with you. But you've now lost that M4. You've lost the only set of Kevlar.
Now, this is interesting, though, because they take both extremities knowing that this is a mid-default. When ZywOo gets that kill, that's 3 players confirmed. TeSS, he'll start walking.
How do you manufacture a positional advantage, though? You know, Vitality don't want to fall victim to some tomfoolery, some USP flank.
There needs to be some bigger risk here from Heroic. I mean, look at the guns that they have to work with. If 3 group up from Vitality take a site, it'd have to be an abject failure for them to not trade effectively. So, well.
Oh.
Apex running.
Knife out.
This might be the way in.
Oh,
Cadian also presses forward. 5-7 in a powerful spot, and if that delays them long enough, you know the flank is coming.
Catch this either.
Ow.
He gets out, but there's a molly at least for the van. Jabby backs up. ZywOo takes his head off. ZywOo with 3. Cadian looking to be the hero yet again, and TeSS still walking, but guess what? He grabs the AK. So all Cadian has done has set up TeSS, but he gets jump spotted, applies pressure to the bomb plant. ZywOo looking to get it in, and he will. Now TeSS has to come through with the retake, and that smoke just allows both of them to walk back. A deep market position for the low-health ZywOo, and Apex sticks around on site.
You would think no way. No armor here for TeSS to work with as time bleeds down. They take over the open part of the site. Bomb planted in a position that's easy to defend from here, and so...
Yeah, no chance. Just using the positions to overpower him. Poor TeSS, drawn to the cause, but no chance.
The only thing weird about that for me was challenging from Van as the molly came out. First of all, great that they mollied after seeing Cadian fall back, knowing it wasn't him back there, but reading there could be a second Heroic player there anyways. They weren't privy to the flank. They didn't know TeSS was that close. So that was just good option coverage out of Heroic in a situation where they needed it. That first kill from Cadian, you thought that round's over, actually. It gets very scary for Vitality.
Great jump spot from Apex, too. As soon as the bomb is being planted, he's just going to check that flank. And if TeSS had 2 more seconds there, that's a kill. That's a 1v1.
Yep.
And so Apex just making sure. And sometimes we criticize Apex because he's too active. He goes for too many peeks, wants too much information. But that one was perfect. And it was much needed to make sure that this never got out of hand for him and ZywOo.
ZywOo, of course, who closes that out with the 4K.
We're almost characterizing this as a missed opportunity for Heroic, but they still get 3 kills in this spot. True. And they weren't investing anything at that point, so now the buy comes through.
it. Look at that pack of players up in apps.
Look at this. Control-C, Control-V.
Check TeSS on his own again. Last time he put a smoke down at the perfect moment in order to get Cadian over, and we still saw the fumblings of Heroic's members. This time they're just gonna pop off the flashes. TeSS, ooh, got a dink on Dupree because he lines them up.
Can also calm it.
Cadian looking to press out, shots whizzing by him. And he's got one pinned in the corner, but Shush is also smoked. It's a tall order to get this retake going. There's more smoke grenades that can be thrown out from Vitality. Heroic are gonna know how little it took for Vitality to even get in here. So what's the approach? A couple from the other side of site. Cadian posted waiting, and ZywOo, he's not gonna see this, so all of a sudden, there is definitely a chance for Shush. They think that CT player's further back. Spinks, the only one to hold, but he also has the molly for the bomb, and with that on top of it, there's no kit on the play. He burns. Jabby's dead, and the clock decides this is a clutch for Spinks.
Hey, the utility at the end wins it. Beautiful from Vitality. Things almost got ugly right there. But when we talk about preparation and we talk about Zonic and we talk about them versus Heroic here on Mirage, you know, when they went up against G2 and beat them on Inferno, that was something that was very impressive because even though they've got a strong map pull top to bottom, Inferno was at the bottom. They played it the least, and they stomped G2's T side. Well, here, they've identified something, and it's been paying off. The fact of the matter is, not a single time that they've come into the B site, there's not been more than one person who was there.
It's either been pistols or it's just been one guy every single time. Vitality did their homework going into this one. This is looking like a game plan that is working near flawlessly.
You brought it up, right? Statistically, they're more successful half. We're supposed to be seeing that from the CT side of Heroic, but not quite yet. Dupree opens up, Jabby dead. Since the pistol and the second round, Heroic nothing on this defense. Vitality on the brink of being on fire. Stown looking for a challenge. But they get that early mid-control and evacuate.
Yeah, I wonder how this feels to Heroic, because they did spend a good amount of time inside of mid. But it looks like this is conditioning 101, as now they are encouraged to overstack the B site just in case. Spend some extra time here.
Nobody actually inside sight. It's just gonna have to bank off the stairs play, which is looking patient. The off, which is meant to be the support, gets nothing, and poor Stown just gets mopped up.
He's having a tough game.
Damn, 8 and 16. Damn, okay. Tenacity from Vitality to just run it through the A site.
I didn't say anything because I thought CT side he'd start feeling it, but
still nothing.
Yeah, still nothing.
Oh, no guarantee on the save either. They want that op for Cadian.
You know, even though it's just Cadian who's over in B at that moment, Heroic are so good at picking the right site to stack versus so many teams that says something. You know, this is a moment where Heroic are playing 2-2 to sites, not sure where Vitality are going to go. And the last 4 rounds that Vitality have picked the site to go to, it's always been the weaker one.
Bro, this op is not safe. The save is in question, and even if they get forced back to B, op goes down. Shush has to grab it. This could be important. He dives down. Oh, he gets caught. Vitality clear them.
And they're on fire. This has been just a brilliant half for Vitality. Always choosing the right side, it seems like. Out-reading Heroic in a lot of these mid-rounds. And, man, once they get on the site, too, it's just been lights out. So tough to take it back from them. Even when Heroic had a great attempt, found the kills needed, it just took them so long, and the money has been so tough to manage for Heroic. They usually have that extra weapon. We've seen them save a couple of guns into these next rounds, trying to make sure that they have some win condition for themselves. But when Vitality take everything away from you, there's only so much you can do if you're Heroic.
Cadian keeps saying, I don't believe it. When they go B once, they go B twice, they go B 3 times. It is not going to happen again. They wouldn't bet on Black that many times in a row. And now that Vitality have gotten away with that so many times, they can go anywhere.
Anywhere? Like map 3 maybe?
Map 3. They're definitely in business now.
Armored pistols looking to get active. This second half has just got Vitality's name stamped across it. ZywOo looking to peel something off the mid play, no challenge.
And it's just one guy here.
Said, I don't believe it.
Yeah, that one guy at least dropped ZywOo. Good deagle kill out of Jabby. Stowning Cadian's sidearms up next. Tough shot to hold that cross with lesser weapons. Bomb plant for Catwalk made easy. Now they're just gonna try to flood out, fly forward. They get caught on the exit of Market, as you would expect. This one gets cleaned up, cleared out, culled.
This is an infuriating half if you're Heroic.
Oh, yeah.
This is just torment.
But it's got to make you smile, right? Because that's what Heroic do to everyone else.
Yeah. Oh, man. Just, again, the B hit. Heroic called something like this in the previous half. Just a fast play right into B, caught Vitality off guard. And when Vitality do it, there's just a single player from Heroic in B again. Apex, you're calling a great game.
Yeah. Somehow still feels weird to call him an IGL, but he's at the top of his game in that role right now, right before our eyes.
Last standing member of the legendary French CS scene. Reinvented as a player with a completely different roster. Oh, and he's looking to hold on, but of course they've got him pinned in.
No, but at least the help is there. At least the help is there.
They called for it, they got it. Airstrike top mid.
And this is the most normal B-site setup that we've seen so far. Just,
you know, Magisk's moments have been far and few between, but if they press out towards ramp and he gets a little curious, there's multi-kill potential on this one here for Magisk. While his teammates look to work into a mid-split, we still just stay waiting here because it feels like it's coming.
such a dangerous spot to fight from, but he's got the confidence. He was out lurking Rops the other day in this spot.
To be honest, so are Heroic. Just posted forward on the double ramp setup, banking on Stown to keep eyes in connector. And now that fight makes it uncomfortable, but Magisk's position now known. Still, Shush can't quite get that angle. We've got deep ramp play, and that deep ramp play could be what Heroic need. They stay tucked, they allow the cross, and now it has to be Cadian. He needs to peek deep. They've got that bomb plant going on default, spam damage from Jabby, but he doesn't stop the plant. It's still man advantage. It's still control of all sides of the site. But it's Jabby back over top from Ticket. He'll clear Apex out, and now ZywOo given a chance to shine again. He sits back, and they wait. And now he's getting uncertain because Cadian is hunting him from behind. Yeah, sure enough. They'll squeeze into the bomb site, keep this map alive, and get themselves to double digits.
Man, it's a genius round out of Heroic to answer right back. The setup is so beautiful for the connector split coming in. They had a feeling someone was up in Palace, they were watching for a lurk, but Magisk didn't give them anything except letting them know, I'm ready for you to come up connector. Then they have the two players going to A ramp. This is a setup that works even though some of the trades get failed. That's how good it is. Everyone coming in, they have CT control, they have ramp control, they stay alive with those two players for enough time that Vitality commit. So I guess that's why they wanted to focus on A, because they had a really good game plan for it.
They boost the second op up into the ladder room. Stown has his on Cat, Cadian his towards triple stack. That sniper pinch through mid could be problematic, but so could the apartment's pressure, because B-site has been a problem.
Ooh. Tickled him.
Yeah, but he retains his smoke for the next molly.
Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Stown fights instead, posts back up, missed second shot though. It's a chance for Magisk to unravel it all. Cadian kills ZywOo. Magisk still lost in smoke, but he gets himself a second. Tesses, his position known, can't bring anybody with him. And so Vitality just forced their way outwards down. He tried to dive back, and then when he went back at it, he saw the scope of ZywOo, and it was Magisk in front of that chops him down. Do they take this chance, or do they give Vitality 15?
It's, you know, we're so far away on the A site. You actually do have a good flank coming in, but they feel uncomfortable with market control, maybe the op. If they're going to play against 15, you know, the trades are looking a whole lot less fearsome. Even when you said Stown can't get away, that was probably true. When Stown was gifted the ability to leave and he came back in for another shot, it was an easy one. He should have hit it. And unfortunately, that does change the tides. Jabby not getting his single kill as they're coming through the smoke. isn't able to extinguish a second molly that he saved the smoke for as well. It's just a fail from both of the players inside of B versus the split coming in when they actually, this time, were in pretty good spots to hold it.
Yeah, there was some decent nade pressure from Vitality. We had a couple flashes flying on over to make their jobs a little bit harder, but I will agree that Stown probably was the linchpin in a lot of that defense there. If he gets a second kill, but Magisk, it's a good jiggle that he throws out. He makes his life hard, but it's still opportunities that Heroic did miss out on too. These B splits have just been the bane of Heroic's existence, though. They can't find a solution for it. That's the most players they had on a gun round to defend a B hit, and they still couldn't get it done. That's when you just know when you're Apex, you're in the driver's seat. This game is yours to take.
Yeah. The one round here for Heroic was last round over on the A site. Still no answers for their biggest problem at the moment. Now, sometimes the solution is prophylaxis. Getting deep into B control very early means early warning system for your B players, means you can play one player there.
Oh, just the Canadian ones.
Yeah, just the Canadians.
Just the Canadian ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, guys. You have been great. A crowd deserving of a third map in this grand finals. One op on the play, it's Cadian. All rifles out for Vitality. 5 attempts to close this map. They go into the mid-play. Shush meets Apex. So off the back foot, Dupree reclaims one. A smoke for Khan. That's mid-control here for Vitality. And, bro, they could creep through window. They could start climbing all over the place. Look how split up what could be this last defense from Heroic really is. They need to get active, and they know it, so TESS moves.
This is the thing that they weren't doing unless they were absolutely forced to in many of these situations, but look what TESS finds.
Smoke fades in Khan. TESS just keeps going on this expedition. A silent creep into the unknowingness of whatever waits for him top mid or T-spawn. And Vitality, they play grouped. Dupree taking it into his own hands with a double kill again. Javi is his next victim from down beneath. Dupree puts up a third. Oh, but Cadian just tries to keep it alive. I mean, that one shot, the only thing that goes for Heroic, it's desperate, isn't it? Or is it glorious? A 2v5 is what's required, and now the 1v2 falls to TESS. He's gonna take a quick glance up towards Palace. ZywOo doubles back, a smoke to get on bomb, a kit as well to stick it, but you would think that spam comes through in an instant, and so it's desperation, and it's not enough. Vitality to the T side of their opponent's map pick put forth a masterclass. 3 tournament wins in a row on the line, and they're sure as hell not going down without a fight. Inferno is the last map of the spring season.